bed?
No, probably not. I'll probably do some work. My husband's home with the flu.
Oh,
My sister's
Jesus.
laid up.
Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Sipping Tea with Suzanne. I am your host, Positively Suzanne, and I'm so excited to be here with Miss Fabulous Bree tonight. Hey!
Hi.
We're already having some fun, okay? We already started the fun way before the program started, but before I dive right into my guest and her fascinating story, I wanted to give a highlight to my sponsors, and I actually want to thank my viewers. So I want to thank my viewers and my subscribers who tune in every week, who send me emails, DMs, whatever it is, however you communicate to say that you enjoy the show. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time joining, thank you. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll be notified every time we go live. And then every episode that you listen to, please go ahead and follow the guest that was on, because I've had some phenomenal guests, including tonight, and it's an opportunity for you to find out about some fantastic folks. So I'm going to highlight my two sponsors. So my first sponsor is Life Garden Cafe, as you can see from this beautiful space. Life Garden Cafe is located at 1048 Main Street. They are your one-stop shop for if you want breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner, or you want to do a celebration. Yes, I mentioned dinner because last week they just opened their Friday and Saturdays to dinner hours. So they close at 4. Yes, and they reopen from 5 to 9 on Friday, Saturday. It's limited seating, so you have to make a reservation, but I promise you it's an experience that your taste buds deserves. So please go ahead and reserve. And just Marcelo, Jeff, anyone, just tell them Positively Suzanne sent you, and trust me, you're going to be treated like family regardless, but just mention my name. All right, so they're my first sponsor. My second sponsor is Paul Anderson from Paul Anderson Photography. Please connect with him for headshots, weddings, funerals, barbecues, and just anything, you know, if you're looking for real estate photography, he's also available for those. So those are my sponsors, so thank you for those. If you're interested in being a sponsor, please let me know. If you're interested in being a guest, let me know. But I am so excited tonight because I get to sit down with Miss Bree from Bree Sweet Treats. Yay!
Thank you.
Well, welcome to the show. And for those of you who were there from the very beginning, who have been so faithful, you can see that my producers zoomed in on the sweet treats that she brought tonight. I mean, listen, everybody likes this girl in her their meetings and everything, because I remember when I was joining the chamber and she's in one of the groups, and I mean, she brought a treat, and it was very hard not to choose that group, by the way, because I was like, it was just the time, though. It was just like the time on the Monday, just I couldn't manage that. It was like smack in the middle of my day. But I was like, well, if I do this one, I do get like chocolate-covered Oreos. But yeah, so no, thank you for those. And, you know, as we go further in the program, I'll have you, you know, just tell everybody what they are and all of that. But welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. You know, it's funny, like, I think you were scheduled, because I only do it once a week, because that's the commitment that I can afford at this time. Like, it's been a few months that, like, I knew that you were on the calendar, and then last week, I'm like, oh my God, it's next week.
It's here.
It is here. So I met you last year, and I can't believe it, though. It seems like we've known each other for such a long time. And like, your story's so fascinating to me, though, because it's like, I don't know if it's like Murphy's Law, you know, if you buy a yellow, you don't see any yellow car on the street, right? And then you buy a yellow car, and then everybody and their mother has a yellow car. Don't buy a yellow car. And then, well, it's like, I met you through Iferal. Yeah. And then after that, like, you've just exploded everywhere. I literally hear more about you than any other chocolate. Like Hershey's chocolate, where, who, what? It's like Bree Sweet Treats. You're everywhere. You're doing birthday parties. You're in the new local Worcester market, public market. You are in stores now. You're doing weddings. You're in bars. You're just everywhere, girl.
I know.
Like, listen, I am so proud of you. You're winning an award. You're in the WBG, which is the Worcester Business Journal. You're on podcasts. You're on radios. You're on Sipping Tea with Suzanne. Right. Yeah, I mean, girl, you are everywhere. And you're a one-woman woman team. I know you have, help, like you utilize husband and kids and all of that, but you're a one-woman team essentially. Like you are Bree.
I am the Bree.
I'm Bree's Trees.
I wear many, many, many hats.
Yeah.
I'm super excited that recently my husband left his job of 9 years and came home to join my side, and he is now a full-time entrepreneur.
Yeah! That's awesome.
Mr. Bree Sweet Treats.
I love it. Listen, we have a Mr. Positively Suzanne, okay? So I love it. Listen, and that's what people don't realize sometimes. It's, for me, marriage is a partnership. And, it's just like one helps the other. It's just like if you're winning, they're winning, they're winning, you're winning.
That's
right. And I
right.
think sometimes when I hear folks say things, and nothing against anybody's marriage, but when they say like, oh, that's his thing. Yeah, we have separate interests. But like if I'm building a business, like it's our thing.
That's
because
right.
I am building generational wealth for us, for our kids.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. That must have been... It was terrifying, but excited.
It was exciting. We had a goal. It's not something we just did on a whim.
No.
We had a 1-year countdown. We made it plain. I had amazing mentorship. It was in the business plan with my E-Frau mentors.
Yes.
So we laid it out. We made the steps, and we followed it. So it was super exciting to see the business going so well and to be able to see it through to fruition for him to join us.
Wow.
When he left, they were very understanding. It was another small mom and pop company he'd been with for 9 years, and they have a family business. And he said to them, you know exactly when you guys grew your family business, it's time for me to grow my family business.
Absolutely.
And, and they understood that.
Absolutely. All right, so we're there. Let's start about the beginning. Because your business was born in the pandemic.
Yes, it was.
Folks were baking bread, folks were exercising, folks were doing a lot of things. And there was a lot of business that was born from that. So tell me, how do you get from dreaming, making something, how did this idea come about?
So,
the Bree Sweet Treats, tell me.
Most people don't know this, but chocolate, baking, literally none of this was in my plan.
DNA, okay.
In my DNA, in my anything. I have an MBA.
Yes.
I have, about 15 years experience in corporate recruiting in
So you're not a
different
chef.
fields. I have 0 training in the food world, in the chef world, and most people are surprised to learn that.
Yeah.
So basically my story is the pandemic came, and I took a situation where people were just trying to survive, and I chose to thrive.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of, I would say it's a fluke, but that would be doubting God's plan.
No.
Right? So it wasn't a fluke, it just wasn't my plan. It was his plan. So the pandemic came, and my son and I, we were always like a super fun family. We did crazy things, we did fun stuff. Minimal baking, because I don't bake chocolate. But whatever we did, it was fun. We painted with our toes. We make a birthday cake for Jesus every Christmas. We do crazy stuff, tie-dye it. But nonetheless, we were always a fun, creative, artistic family. So the pandemic came, and we were looking for ways to spread joy to our friends and our family, and we saw treat boxes and stuff that were being made. So great, let's make some treat boxes. So I knew nothing about it. I jumped on Pinterest and Facebook, learned some stuff, started whipping it up. And we delivered it to friends and family. We put some smiles on their faces. It was really fun. And we got some feedback like, this is great, you should sell that. Now, same time, churches had closed. So Echo and we had a women's ministry award from Echo. And we were doing we chose a 15-week deep dive into the Proverbs 31 woman and the 15 scriptures of Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman. And a concept that we kept seeing come up over and over again was caring for your family with the skills you had. Because we couldn't go out and get education.
No.
We couldn't go out and learn something new unless it was virtual. So we put a call out to the women to do an internal inventory and what skill set do you have now? Like your life coaching could have been a great thing. Like you just bring life into people. You know how to help and lead them. Like the very similar type of skill set. Crafting, artists, bakers, organizers. So practice what you preach. That theme kept coming up over and over again. We were getting really great feedback with the treat boxes. Bree Sweet Treats was born.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this was born. But I'm still like, you're jumping a couple of steps because it was born.
Yes.
So what was the next step that you did?
Okay, so I had, I was making chocolate out of my home and it was illegal.
Okay.
Right?
Well, we're not anymore, so we can say it. I get it. We got to do it.
It was illegal,
Yes.
and as soon as I knew that this was something I wanted to really take to fruition and something I wanted to really do, I immediately started getting educated. How do I make this legal? What are the steps? So I contacted my local board of health. I got all of the food regulation information. I got all the proper regulated certificates. I had to put a lot of time and money and training into learning that stuff. I had to get my house permitted. The Board of Health came in. So there was a lot of regulation involved with just making food.
Yeah.
You make the best food in the world. If you don't follow those steps,
Absolutely.
you can't legally get it into people's hands.
You cannot.
And so for me, I always tell my son, if you tiptoe on the line of trouble, you've already gotten in trouble. So I wasn't going to play with what my God put in my lap. So I took
Exactly.
it very seriously.
Yeah.
So I found those steps, and then I started very slowly because I was still in the full-time corporate world.
Yeah.
So I started doing pop-ups on the weekends, and I got very popular. I branded myself purple, Bree Sweet Treats, the
Yes.
color of the curtains that tore, the color of my King Jesus, the color of royalty. So,
As a queen, I understand.
right? And the purple fits me well, too. It's
Yes.
a very vibrant color. So I branded myself very well. I started getting a huge following. People would line up in the 90-degree weather to get my peanut butter cups. And they would get 20 to 30 in a time and put them in a cooler.
Really?
Yes, so that's when I knew I had something big.
Wow.
Yes. Pandemic was still here. Unfortunately, my 40-year-old brother died of COVID.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Yes. 2 weeks later, his mother died of COVID.
Jeez.
And it was a very big catalyst to get out of this corporate world who did not show me any love or compassion during that time and start my own thing. So that was like, all right, bam, I've got this skill set. Now I've got the tools to go out and do it. Now I just have to have the business plan and set so that I can leave my job. So come October, I left. Full-time entrepreneur.
October 2020.
October 21.
21. Okay.
Yeah. So that was the time that took me to get to full-time entrepreneur. Continued to seek out more education, more resources, more networking, Worcester Chamber, E4All, so many amazing resources, Worcester Regional Food Hub, bust down all the doors, get in all the places, shake all the hands.
Kiss all the babies.
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
It's not like, so you said, one of the things you said is, you can't stop hearing my name. Well, I won't let them forget me.
I love that.
They can't stop saying my name because I won't let them stop seeing my face.
Nope, you gotta show up. And you know, I will say this, one thing about you two, like at every event, and I love that because like I said, I met you at E4All. Like I met Megalina, I was a mentor for E4All. I remember like we chatted that night, like we met with all, you know, the people that were there and you were one of them. And then after that, I literally saw you at every event I went to, whether I was a vendor or I was a customer, there you were in your purple shirt with your fanny pack. And you were just like, and you're right, there was a line and you're everywhere. And one of the things I love about you, I don't know if I've told you this, is like every networking event that you go to, you're not afraid to ask questions. Like, you ask.
I'm the question asker. I go to events to get knowledge. How do we get knowledge? If I'm sitting here and I'm at an event and I've got your attention and you've got the information I need, shame on me if I don't use that opportunity to ask. And God did not make me shy.
No, he did not.
So many times I know. So a lot of the times I'm asking the question even if I know the answer because I know my brothers and sisters behind me have that question, and I know because I asked that question at some time or another and got the answer. So I'm kind of just passing it on. Even though it's nice to get the refresher, I know, I can just feel it in my spirit. Sometimes God's like, ask that question. Someone in here needs to know that, and you need a refresher.
No, absolutely.
So I do.
You know, they won't ask. Like sometimes some folks are afraid to ask. Oh, no, I love that. I'm like, yep, there's Bree. She's got a question, but they're relevant questions, and folks are listening to them. And it's like, I always feel like because somebody needs that answer.
Yes.
Somebody in the audience needs that answer, and they don't have the courage to perhaps ask it themselves. And you know, they see you and they're inspired by you because your story is very inspiring. I got to tell you, it's very inspiring. And just to see, you know, it's not like you didn't come from, you know, a family of chocolatiers where this was handed down to you. This was something you literally built from scratch.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did your family give you like a $10 million loan or something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a solopreneur. I'm a bootstrapper.
Exactly.
100% invested
Exactly.
from my family, my husband and myself and our earnings.
Exactly,
That's it.
and that's why it's so inspiring because you literally built it from the ground up. Like I said, born from the pandemic, and you know, you mentioned a couple of places that like there's so much opportunity in Worcester right now, and if you don't take advantage of them, like. You know, it's like you mentioned the Worcester Food Hub. They've been great with giving people their start and helping them.
Yes.
Even if you know it, go to them because, like you said, like you don't know that, like doing it in your home, it is illegal. You know, but folks, that's what we're doing. Like I'm from the island. Like, listen, we've been buying food from people's houses for so long.
And it's good food.
It is good food.
Right?
Like they have this thing in Jamaica called suck suck. It's kind of like juice, like in a plastic bag, and it's tied off. And I don't think anybody's ever been legally like able to sell it.
Never been a legal suck seller in the world.
Exactly. But I've been eating suck since I was like yay high.
Yeah.
So, you know, but here, again, if you want to, like you do, get into stores and get into corporate spaces, you do have to get the legalities taken care of. And going to the food hub helps with that.
It does.
E4all helps with that. Becoming a member of the chamber, you know, helps with that.
It really does. And the thing I want to say is, a lot of people give you information that they got that they don't know is wrong. So you're getting information from good people who you would think know the information.
Yeah.
But if a lot of that information was wrong. So the way that I figured out that I wasn't taking the right steps, because I was told once upon a time, all you need is a serve safe and you can come sell here.
Yeah.
So I got my serve safe. And I went and I sold at many different places. And I finally got to one place and I got a call from the health department, and they got a call from the health department saying, she can't sell there if she's not certified.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God. So that put a fire under my butt to say, oh, this information wasn't right. This person who gave it to me had the best intentions.
They did.
And I would have thought, oh, they're right.
Yeah.
But then I went and got the information on myself, found out all of the steps I had to take, learn that myself. So when people ask, I'm such a free giver of that type of information and resources, because so many people unintentionally led me wrong that I invested so much time in finding out the information, getting the education, and that way I can give it to other people.
No, absolutely. That's important. And, you know, it's good that you recognize that, you know, they have the best intentions, because
For sure.
sometimes people sound so confident when they're giving you the wrong information.
Yeah, they do.
And they're so confident, you're like, oh, really?
That you're going to go and show up with just your serve safe.
But, you know, research is important.
I was proud too.
Yes, you were.
It right on the front.
Yes, you did.
That's mine. I did that.
As long as you could be right, like, just like, you didn't know. You didn't know, you know, walking confidently being wrong. I love it. I love it. But, you know, I'm glad that you were able to see that and, you know, course correct, because one of the things, and you mentioned it earlier, like education and money. And a lot of times people don't realize that as an entrepreneur, and it's tough. Like, you have to educate yourself. Like, you have to find places with resources and reliable information and continually growing, because there's things you don't know about. Like you said, you know, you're not going to become a lawyer, but you also need to learn the legal issues that are associated with your business.
Yes.
You know, you're not a health inspector, but you need to know the health standards that are required for your business. You know, are you going to be an LLC? Are you going to be a sole entrepreneur, a proprietor, like an S corp? Like all of these things, like you have to know, and you don't become the expert but it's also important to know it, because while you have the expert, this is why a lot of times, like our celebrities get, like, they get rich and they go broke because they don't pay attention to their business.
Yes.
So you still have to be involved. Like I would say, I don't have enough money for them to rob me, so I'm gonna watch that money. You gotta take care of your things. So continued education and spending money, which is sometimes tough because we don't want to. Because I remember the first time I did my LLC, it was like $500. I was like, Lord.
I went through a whole lawyer, and so I didn't do it. I tried to do it the first time myself, and it was just one little mistake. I don't even remember what it is right now, but it was one little mistake. I got the paperwork in the mail, and I just assumed I had my LLC all set. And I didn't open that piece of paper up until like 6 months later to tell me there was a mistake. I did not have an LLC.
Meanwhile, your LLC number plate.
So I'm like, yeah, I have an LLC. So it's just funny. I share these things with people.
Yeah.
I laugh about them now, but they were setbacks when it happened.
Yeah.
So the second time I did it, even though I thought I crossed all my I's and dotted all my T's, I just went straight through a lawyer.
Like, I
did it in 2 days.
They did.
I was like, yay.
They did. I mean, and if you can, I had the time, I chose to do it on my own the time, and it worked out. But then, like Massachusetts, it's $500, and it's like $500 every year. And at the time, somebody was advising me that there's a state that, like, it's $40, and okay. So I'm not trying to share nothing illegal here about it was like they were like $400, and then like you just have to do it. But I was like, but I'm not in that state. But that's like you can open it there and then operate here, and then you have to have like I don't remember the name of the term. It was just so convoluted and chaotic, and then you have to have like a man of affairs, or I can't remember what the person is called, but you have to have.
They come with a jump rope.
Oh my God! It was just like, Lord! It was just so convoluted, and I was like, $40, $500. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Like, but sometimes with the best intention, because they were being helpful.
Yeah.
But I just
and
felt
you
like
could have done it that way, but it comes with a lot of extra.
It's just so much
afterwards.
Like, it's just so much steps, and I'm like, every tax year, then I have to do this, and then you have to have like an office address there and have a lawyer there, and I'm like, that's going to end up costing me more
than your $460 you're trying to save.
So I'm just going to let it be, because, you're right. Best intention, but in the end, I was just like, oh, my goodness. Yeah. But, we have to continuously spend money sometimes in order to get better, to educate, like invest in things that we're going forward. So we left the corporate world. We're going to a different event. You're at E4All, you're at the Worcester Hub, and I think you're graduating from E4All this year, right?
It's in July, I'll be graduating from E4All. I do all of those things. I'm getting well known. I earned some big awards.
Yes, so tell me all about them, because I just see your name like popping up, and I'm like, I like cheering for queens that are doing that. I should say kings too, but I do like cheering for women that are doing their thing, and because we need that. Like I love a community of women that just support and encourage and amplify other women. So tell me, you've won a couple of awards, like chocolatier.
So
fancy title.
I am the #1 chocolatier and candy shop in the city. That was Telegram and Gazette, Central Massachusetts.
Love it.
Best of Business Awards.
Yes, I saw that.
Also Worcester Business Journal, Best New Business.
Yes.
2023.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is really great. I won my E4All main celebration.
Yes, you did.
I was super excited.
I'm happy for you. My mentor, he came in at #2, so that's good too. But that was awesome. We were all cheering. We were so excited. I mean, girl, with you, but we were so excited.
It was really great.
Yeah.
I also won first place ribbon at the Spencer Fair 2022. Best indoor vendor, period.
I love it. But I feel like you were there every weekend. Like you were at a fair every weekend.
Oh my gosh. So festival this year, last 2022, I think I did, there's 52 weekends, 2 weekends an event. I think I did over 150 events.
Wow.
And we were very, very busy.
Can we talk about how exhausting that is though?
Yes.
Because, so I did a couple vendor events, and I was exhausted, like the pack up, the setup, all of that, and I didn't even break my products. Like, I sell t-shirts and jewelry, and I make some jewelry, but girl, you actually make the products and then you go, it's exhausting.
10 by 10 setup,
Yeah.
breakdown, tables, things, the whole shebang.
Like,
I'm Superwoman.
Like,
I'm
clearly
different.
you are. Clearly you are, girl. Because I was like, Saturday and Sunday, you did it all. But
I
you know what,
did.
though? Hard work. And smart work, I should say. Smart and strategic, because
Yes.
you were learning and you were finding out what worked for your business.
Yes.
And
what didn't.
And what didn't. So you have to try some things once, and if it doesn't kill you, you have the opportunity to course correct, right?
Do you want to hear something embarrassing but super awesome?
Tell us.
I tell everyone.
Nobody will know. I won't tell anybody.
No,
I will not tell anybody.
No one's listening at all.
Not at all.
So you know how we tell everyone, your business isn't the right fit for everywhere.
Yeah.
I went and the week before Christmas, I had 2 weeks scheduled at the Auburn Mall.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
I went my first day
Yeah.
and made $0.
Oh.
Zero.
Okay.
Zero. Like, it was like, people were like running. They did not want to talk to the people in the middle.
Okay. The kiosk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I left that day, called them, said, keep my money. They weren't going to break it anyways because it's a contract.
Yeah.
I said, keep my money. This isn't the right fit. Have an awesome day.
Mm-hmm.
Left that, booked more events those whole 2 weeks and kicked butt.
Of course.
So even though it was a failure in the
Yeah.
sense of was not the correct spot, it was an awesome learning opportunity. And because I knew that, there was no point in wasting my time, my money, my energy, and all of the opportunity costs I would have lost if I would have sat there trying to eat my pride, trying to sell something to people in not the right spot. So sold $0 that day, gave up the contract, booked out for the rest of Christmas, and that was within that 2 week time frame where I got the call to go permanent to Worcester Public Market.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that's very competitive because it's new and it's such an amazing opportunity for small businesses to get that opportunity to be in it. So how long was it, did they take to make that decision?
So I'm a very unique situation. I don't know if this has happened to many other people, but I did not apply to be at the Worcester Market. I had a 1 year pop-up, so I was able to go there.
Okay.
And they got notice from their candy shop that they were leaving.
Wow.
So the director picked up the phone and called me and said, our candy shop is leaving and we need you. We need Bree's Sweet Treats here permanently. Would you like the spot?
Favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair.
Would you like the spot? Another fun fact.
All right, talk to me.
Mostly only my Ephraim family knows this, is I literally was saying, I'm not going to go into a brick and mortar. I'm not going into a brick and mortar, not right now. That's not in my plans.
Yeah.
Overhead's not for me, not today, not right now. And even the week before he called me and asked, I was outside of his office at a pop-up, and I said to him, overhead's not for me, I'll never go permanent. And he still, despite all of that, called me and asked. When I tell you, my King Jesus
Yes.
is just all around.
When God does what he does, favor is fair. Favor is not fair, and I love that because he has a path for us and a destiny for us that sometimes we're like, all right, Jesus, I'm not ready.
His plan is so much better than mine.
It is, but
It took faith to know that.
Yes, it
'Cause
does.
if I would have kept saying what I wanted in my flesh, which was not
I'm
gonna
out.
happen,
Yeah.
it would have never happened. And I wasn't going to take it. I was scared. I didn't have anyone to run it. And one of my best friends, Shaylee Cologne, Shaylee, I love you.
Big up, Shaylee.
Girl, when I'm rich, you're going to be rich right alongside of me. You're
All right,
everything.
now.
No,
All
seriously,
right.
she took me by the hand. She was one of the first people who knew about the opportunity. And she said, Bree, I'll take one day at your shop. And it was like God sent an angel. And all of the burdens just released. And I said, I can do this. I can do this. I was going to say no.
Yeah.
And it just took her to say, one day, I got you one day.
Wow.
And he's just like, see? I was like, okay, God, all right, your plan. Okay, I'm going with it.
That's amazing, though. I love stories with women because I believe in the power of women helping other women.
Yes.
And just having someone that knew exactly what you needed and no fuss, no muss, no guilt, no nothing. Just simply say, girl, I got you. Now what?
Any other obstacles?
Okay, that's awesome. Well, I'm so happy for you, and I know that you're there, and there's a couple other things that I've seen with your name on it. So, like Girl Scout cookie, talk to me about that, because that's like an institution, and you know, like Samoa's, that's my cookie.
Stay tuned.
That's my cookie.
So you're gonna have to get your ticket.
That's my cookie, and y'all better not, you know, don't be doing nothing to my cookie. Do not discontinue that cookie.
They won't.
Okay, all right. That is like, because people be like Thin Mints. I'm like, no.
A Thin Mint is good.
It is fantastic.
Samoa is my husband's favorite.
It is my absolute favorite. So let's talk about, because like I was like, I was like, Brie and Brie Sweet Treats and Girl Scout cookies. What's that about? Like, so talk to
All
me.
right, folks.
Talk about it. Talk about
If
it.
you're watching right now, you need to look up Fork It Over. This is the Girl Scouts of Central and Western Massachusetts. It's their big event where they bring chefs to Polar Park, and we create savory and sweet dishes inspired by Girl Scout cookies.
Wow.
Really cool. They've been doing it since 2020.
Okay.
And right soon after my grand opening at Worcester Public Market, I was opening my booth, and this lovely lady came walking by and was like, "Are you Brie Sweet Treats? Do you own this place?" And I was like, "Yes, I own this place." And she handed me this pamphlet and was like, "I'm from the Girl Scouts of America, and we want you to be a chef at this contest."
Oh.
I was so humble and flattered. I was like, "Wait,
Yeah.
you came looking for me? Like, you came here to find me?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What?
Oh, I love that.
I was just so humble and excited. She couldn't even, like, literally before I even knew the whole whatever it was.
Like,
yes, 100%. I was a Girl Scout. I can remember the potato stamps. That was one of my favorite.
Like, what's a potato
We
stamp?
made stamps out of potatoes.
Oh, okay.
So you cut a potato in half.
Yeah.
And then, like, you could make a shape in it, and you have an ink pad, and you take the potato, you use it as your ink, and you stamp.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite things.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
Girl
We don't
Scouts.
be wasting no potatoes. I mean, wasting no potatoes.
Listen,
Okay, I didn't know about that, but all right, good to
Yes.
know. You learn something new every day.
So I believe it's May 16th, but look it up, guys. Fork It Over.
Okay.
And it's going to be amazing. You buy your tickets, you get to come in. There's lots of local chefs there.
Oh.
Shout out to Natalie Rodriguez, New Ace.
Okay.
She might be the reigning winner. It's her or
Is it her wings?
Elena Medina, the wings.
Oh, okay.
One of them is the reigning winner. And I'm super excited.
Okay.
So what you're going to see from me is a little something different. I make chocolate, I make candy bars, right?
Yeah.
So expect to see some really fantastic Girl Scout inspired candy.
Oh my goodness! I cannot wait. That is going to be exciting. So it's May 16th. Fork it over. We can find out, research, find out how to get our tickets. And it's at Polar Park.
Polar Park in the DCU Club or something like that. But either way, Polar Park, you'll
May
find the
16th.
information.
Yeah, I have to-
Fork it over.
So that's a Tuesday because Mother's Day is a Sunday, which is the 14th.
Yes.
So, okay.
Super exciting.
Yeah, that is very exciting. Oh my goodness.
But then soon after that, we have another something awesome that we're
All right, so like, let's talk about that because you are going to be a speaker or a panelist. Like everybody calls something different, right?
Expert panelist, I guess.
Yes, you're an expert panelist. Yes, for the Central Mass Women Conference.
Yes.
Central Mass. I gotta make sure.
She's local.
She's local. Yeah, let's just say that.
Massachusetts Conference
Yes.
for Women 2023, second annual one.
Yes,
Bam.
yes, I'm excited. I missed last year because it was my last day. That's when I left the working world, and it was like May 7th.
Okay.
Last year, it was like a Thursday, and I left. It was my last day. I could not call out. It's not who I am.
No.
And,
Responsibilities.
and I closed that Wednesday night, so I missed the comedian. And the Thursday, I opened, so I just missed the whole thing. The tickets are $52.
Yes.
Mind blown, because it's one of the cheapest conferences I've ever come across.
It is, guys, and if you want to know what it is, our theme this year is Own Your Own Truth. So we have 10 different panelists panels coming to you from various areas to help empower and grow and give women resources. And the theme is owning your own truth. So you get to come to the all-day event and experience these panelists, get this knowledge and resources from these women. It's amazing networking. There's a super fun comedian networking opportunity the night before. Listen, ladies, you want to network with other ladies and get your dance on and not worry about Joe Schmo in the corner like drooling over you. No, seriously, it's a completely safe environment. You know, I'm too old to be in the club, but I felt like I was in the club. And it was so much fun. And it was just us ladies. Yeah. And it was powerful.
I love
women
it.
empowering other women, letting their hair down. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, so it's like each panel has like 3 experts.
Yes.
And so I'm on one panel with Eudora and Beth, and our panel, like it's called Embrace Her. And just a little sneak peek, we're going to be talking about like who you were before the world told you who you had to be, and how to get back to that person and to embrace her because she's worthy. And that's all I'm giving you. I want you to come and like catch the panel. So what's your panel called?
So ours is about being your authentic self, and you're going to hear from 3 different women in entrepreneurial paths and organizations, and how we all have very different stories, but which all had us going down paths that had to have us embracing our own authentic selves.
Yeah.
And staying truthful to who we were.
Absolutely. That's so important. I believe in authenticity. I mean, seriously. I mean, like I don't show up anywhere but as me.
As you.
But, women struggle with that though, because I think, society, for me as a fully fabulous black woman, society tells us. Short. Like, I know, right?
Yes, we're walking around.
I'm 6'3" because I'm in heels, like 6'4", 6'5", walking into a room. It's not even like the intimidation factor. It's just like sometimes they feel like we don't belong in those rooms, and walking in, like you have to shrink who you are sometimes in order to fit in. And
to do that,
I don't know how to shrink myself, and I don't want to shrink myself. And I think that those that are for you will find you.
Your sister circle.
Yes.
See what I did there?
Yes. Where every woman is seen and heard. Yeah. Because it's like, who's not for you is not for you. Exactly. Your product and your service is not for everyone.
That's right.
You're not for everyone.
Nope.
And there's certain people, which Denzel Washington said it best, your spirit irritates their demons.
Yes.
And
they can't stand to be in the room with you, and they flee, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to stand in your glory.
That's okay. I remember one day I was at work, and I walked into the office, and the couple of managers, and the guy almost fell over, and he was like, "Speak of the devil," and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," because I guess they were speaking about me, good or bad, I don't know, but he was just like, when I walked in, he was just like, "Speak of the devil," but then because it's a simple term people use, right, but then he corrected himself, almost fell over on his own, like I didn't have to say anything, I didn't have to correct him, like, "Don't you call me no devil." Like, I know it's a common term. Not today, Satan.
No, not ever.
Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, no, I love that. I'm looking forward to the conference.
I can't wait.
Like, it's gonna be good.
Get your tickets, guys. Yeah. Like, seriously, the time to get your tickets, it's so inexpensive. It's like $35 for the comedian night, $50 for the whole conference, which is all day long. I mean, there's going to be awesome vendors there. The networking is priceless. I mean, a large part of my growth from Bree Sweet Treats stems from all of these rooms and all of these conferences. So get yourself there to get yourself empowered, to grow your personal just your personal experience in your business network. It's amazing.
It is, and it's June 8th at AC Marriott, so I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting. And you're also going to be a vendor there.
I am.
Yes.
I can't help it, because everyone needs to know about my amazing treats. I have my retail store, but I customize. I do branded chocolates and treats. I'll put your beautiful face or your beautiful logo, as you know,
I mean,
100% edible on a dipped Oreo or piece of chocolate. I do custom candy bars. I do fundraising events. I do pop-ups.
Yeah.
And people need to know about that.
No, they do. So we hosted, so Raquel Knight, who's in Sister Circle with me, she's the director for CWE. We hosted the Black Entrepreneurs Business Summit
Yes, we did.
in February, and you were our food vendor, or I shouldn't say vendor, like provider, whatever, caterer, and you did create custom-made treats, and there's none left.
Black
And-
History Month came too.
So Black History Month, so that was on an Oreo, and then you did a CWE, and that was on an Oreo, and then the very first Positively Suzanne personalized chocolate logo. So
Yeah.
I couldn't save it, girl. But
She's trying. She was like, we're going to save these forever. And someone was like, well, where are you going to save it? She was like, in my like room or something.
Like, yeah, I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna save this cookie because it has Positively Suzanne. I'm gonna freeze it. I'm gonna put it like in a summer frame. You know, like what are those things called when you go to the prom, right? Like corsage box, like whatever. Yes. So I was gonna put it in one of those and put it in the fridge, but that didn't happen.
Because it's too delicious.
Yes, it is too delicious, but I do have pictures of it, so that's enough. But yeah, so if you're having a conference or things like that, certainly think of you to be, the chocolatier, to have, custom. And I know because I went to another event at the Hanover Theater, and I think you did. I don't know if it was you who, I think you did some sweets for them.
I
once,
absolutely did at the Hanover for their tea party.
Okay.
It was the rose and the daisy Oreos. It was absolutely fun. I've done Hanover Mechanics Hall. I work hand in hand with the Blissful Tea Party. April 16th,
yes.
I'll be at the New England Wedding Expo.
Yes, I saw that. That's
this weekend.
That's
Sunday.
exciting. I know. Yeah, that's exciting.
I know. I'm getting into weddings.
Like, you're going to be in weddings, like somebody's wedding. And so a friend of mine, Ms. Hockey, we were talking about this recently, because you know how you're supposed to save like a piece of the cake for the year, and she's adamant. She is like, I am not saving no cake for a year because I'm not going to eat it. You can save chocolate? I'm going to let it know.
I can get it. So it depends. Like, for example, right now, all of the chocolate that I've been using, the best by date was October 23, right?
Okay.
So usually, as you buy more, and then we'll have another best by date.
Yeah.
So for a bride who's looking for a situation like that, we could make that happen.
Okay.
Or what my parents did, I remember they got theirs remade.
Oh, okay.
So just,
recreate it.
I'll recreate it for you.
Oh, I love that.
That's
so, no,
right.
I'm excited. That's a huge event. So I definitely think that you're going to get a lot of, have you done anything in like Rhode Island? Because it's like in Newport, Rhode Island, there's a lot of weddings there.
I haven't. So here's the thing about me. I know who I am.
You're one person.
I know. Well, not just that. I have a mission, I have a dream, and I have a business plan for Bree Sweet Treats. And unfortunately, it doesn't include Rhode Island.
That's okay, though.
I'm going to be
That's
Central
okay.
Mass Regional. I plan to saturate every
That's
bit
okay.
of Central Massachusetts. And then once I have done that, then I can get more into New England. But I really, really, really want to be the go-to in Worcester in every single town that touches it, and then we can.
No, I love that. Listen, Dunkin' Donuts. When I traveled for work, I went to California. Nobody knew what Dunkin' Donuts was, basically. I swear, because I kept asking, like they kept directing me to Starbucks.
Yeah.
If you come into New England here, like, I swear, every 5 feet there's a Dunkin' Donuts.
Seriously.
So,
and they're all doing good.
and they are doing amazing. They are doing amazing. So if you have your niche, if you know where you want to be and you have a plan, I wouldn't worry about it, because I think that, like I said, you are everywhere. And that comes from some serious networking. I talk to people all the time, and I'm like, network, build your network, go to events. Some of them are paid. If you can't afford to pay, go to the free events. Like, seek out opportunities or things that are happening in the city and find it. Like, folks knew me before, but I think I'm going to places now, and folks sometimes like, aren't you Positively Suzanne? Like, I follow you on social media.
Yes.
And I'm like, I have no idea who they are. They're like, oh, I listen to your podcast, or I watch your show. And this all came from, like, last June, because it's like I quit in May, I took the month off, and then June I was like, I'm gonna go do the events, I'm gonna go, I'm just gonna show up, and I'm just, and they know what I stand for. So I think it's the same thing with Bree, like you have committed, you're focused, you're driven, you're ambitious, and you have this drive that, you know what, I'm not only gonna be Bree Sweet Treats, I'm going to be the best chocolatier, and that's my goal, and I'm going to do everything when I'm networking, I'm going to ask questions, I'm going to show up at events, I'm going to do conference, I'm going to speak on panels, and I'm going to share my resources with others, because, I think Kamala Harris, I think she said this once, she said it was something that her mother said, you might be the first one through the door, but make sure that you're not the last.
Amen.
And that touched me so much.
Amen.
Because I think folks sometimes have a tendency to, when they get in, they're like,
gatekeep.
They don't want, like, they're the only one. But true confidence, if you're truly confident in who you are not worried about
the same page.
Anybody else, because your thing could stand up to it's competition, but it's not competition.
I'm going to bring that a little step further.
Go on,
So,
bring it.
In every job I ever went into,
Yeah.
they would ask me, well, what do you want to do? And I don't care if it was a man or a woman, if that was the manager, I always had goals, and I said, well, I want your job. And hopefully you're confident enough to teach me to take your job, because you want to take on the next step too.
Absolutely.
So that's what I always say. And some people were intimidated by that.
God, they hate that.
They want to walk me out the door. They did not want to know that I was going to be there with my drive trying to take their place.
Yeah.
Now me as a manager, I was a national trainer. I trained people to go on and be the best, and they did that because I wasn't afraid. I want to teach them.
Absolutely.
I want to give them that information. And you know what? You want to be me? When people would say that to me in interviews, I knew they were the right pick, because I was always in a sales and recruiting manager, so I knew that drive. And I could see that drive. I wasn't intimidated or scared by that statement. I was excited by it.
You should be.
Because now I can train them, because I'm trying to move on anyway.
To the next level.
And so pull that person up.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you're better today than you were yesterday, and and then but no, like sometimes people get so afraid and they don't want to teach and pull it. Listen, you have the knowledge. Yeah. Like, share the knowledge. I'm not saying share your trade secret. Don't give the secret to Bree's chocolate. But resources like that you've gotten, that you're taking advantage of. I wouldn't say but that you've utilized. Whether it's the Food Hub or E4All or the Chamber or like any connection.
Tell everyone. So, matter of fact, I'm almost positive, and I don't even think this is an exaggeration, 90% of the current E4All group I recommended.
Oh, that's awesome.
I shouted that program. I tell everyone who will listen, oh, this is what you want to do?
Yeah.
Are you serious about it? Because I can help you.
Yeah.
Don't come to me with your entrepreneur dreams if you're not serious about reaching them, because I will take your hand and drag you.
Yeah, no,
let's go.
Sometimes they need that. Sometimes, listen, I told Miguelina folks were starting to think I worked for her, because I'm like, I volunteer for E4All. I do not get paid.
Me neither. I was on stage at Ladies Night talking about come join E4All.
I saw you. I saw you. But no, I'm like, I tell so many people, because I'm like, this is a year of free resources. You have the opportunity to win money. And even if you're not one of the winners, don't worry about that, because there's so much value in it.
Network.
The connections. I've met so many people as a mentor. Like, I've met so many people through E4All. Like,
people in Lowell and East Meadow E4All have come to my shop to support me.
I love that. I love that. I love
the
that.
E4All network is so big. It's
amazing.
Incredible.
Yes.
And you were talking about network, and I'll say two things about network.
Go on.
Your network is your net worth.
Absolutely.
100%. I say that all day long.
Yes.
And hold on to your seats now, folks.
All right, hold on.
A stranger is going to make you rich.
Yes.
And you're never going to meet that person not going to those events, not putting yourself in the room, not shaking your hand.
What's the worst that could happen? I get it. Like, there's some people that are introverts, and I get that. But I think that you're still able to network as an introvert. Like, just be in the room, be in the space, bring your business cards, talk to people, because for me, so here's the thing for me, I don't need to meet everybody in the room. Like, I think when I walk in, a lot of people will say to me, like, I feel your energy. Like, when I walk in, like, I bring my energy with me.
Yeah,
and people seek me out. and like I have conversations. Sometimes I'll go over and I'll chat with, like somebody who doesn't look like they're mingling or something like that, just to say, hey, listen, like we're all human beings, come connect with me.
Welcome them in.
Like, yeah,
the definition of DEI right there.
Like, just come on, because
invite them, make sure
they feel welcome, because I was like, you know what, I know I don't struggle with meeting people, but I know that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So I would love to see everybody successful. But you do have to drive it, and I do have to, it's your hours. I do have to shout out my girl Nataki. She is actually, so she's been a chef her whole life, a cook. So talk about, when we did the show, she talked like she's been cooking since she was 9 years old. Apparently there's no child labor law in the island. But starting this week, she actually is going to be cooking at Nemesca's Bar and Lounge.
Hey.
Yes. I'm so excited for her.
That's awesome.
So authentic Jamaican food, your curry chicken, your stewed chicken, and all of that. Yes, all of that. Like, just, yes, please go. Yes,
I'm hungry right now.
Yes, I know. Please go down and support her. So Monday through Wednesdays, she's there. So, like, the girl could cook. I would not lie to you about that.
Good.
And, please go down, support.
I love me some Jamaican food. You already have me.
You're like, you don't even have to sell me on it. Like,
Monday through Wednesday.
That's where she is. Like, I shared it on my page because, and I'm so excited for her, and I know that she's excited, and I'm very happy, and she's going to get an opportunity to do her thing. Right, so I'm being told that I could share it. I didn't want to share it, but apparently we can. Okay. So yes, so they are actually going to be serving brunch on Sundays. Starting May 7th. May 7th, yes! So
right in time for Mother's Day?
Yes.
Ooh.
So, but y'all know I'm having my Mother's Day brunch. So starting May 7th, they'll be serving brunch. Yes, and so you can go there. For me, like, I'm not gonna lie, to me, Sundays is church family. I don't like to cook on Sundays. Lord, my Jamaican ancestors are turning over in their graves.
But you like to eat on Sundays, so you're still good.
Listen,
they're good. They pop back up.
Baby, listen, because in Jamaica, on Sundays, you stay cooking from 5 a.m. to you cook your rice and peas, you grate your coconut.
Like in North Carolina, now we have Sundays.
It's an all-day event, but they'll be serving brunch down there, so I'm so happy for her, so proud of her, and some other exciting things that come up, but that's, what I'm going to share, and I'm just so excited to see.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, Nataki. We'll be checking you out, and we'll be coming down there for brunch. Yeah. So, my Mother's Day brunch, I put it 4 to 8.
Okay.
And I'm like, I put a poll out, and I've gotten some feedback about, because I wanted folks to have I'm like, maybe should I move it 2 to 6? So I don't know. Like, I put a poll out. Let me see who voted for 2 to 6 versus 4 to 8. So it's 4 hours of.
Do you want my opinion?
Yes, tell me.
I would choose 2 to 6.
Yes.
Why? Because it's a Sunday, right?
Yes.
And I have to get my kid ready for school the next day.
That's my thought.
I would also like, after this wonderful event, to go home and spend a little private time with them too.
Oh, okay.
6 would be great.
That's where I'm leaning, but I put 4 to 8 because I know that folks, like, a lot of churches, so I'm from a black church.
Oh, so that's not going to end until 5. So that's all the 5:30 anyway. So I know
that was my concern, because I was like, I know that, like, after church, then they do, like, they'll have eat-ins.
Did I tell you my dad is pastor?
Is he?
Pastor.
Oh, Lord. Baptist or Presbyterian? Or
non-denominational.
Okay. In Worcester here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So you know black churches.
I know
So
black
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm afraid of. Like, 2 o'clock, they're not going to be there. So
Good point.
I got to work on that, because I was like, listen, I go to a Brazilian church now, and they end at noon. I have no idea. I have never, like, folks are just walking into church at that time, so I'm going to work on it. But I put the poll out, I'm working on it, but that, anyway, well.
Maybe the right poll is to ask the people who've already bought the ticket.
Yes, so I'm asked.
About the people who haven't bought the ticket.
Right?
Like the one people who have.
The ones that are coming.
Are you planning on getting out of church?
And can you walk out of church if they're feeding you? So, I'm working on it. By the end of this week, I need to make a decision, because, like, it's the 14th, it's like a month away, and I want to wrap it up. So, all right, so cool. What else is upcoming for Bree Sweet Treats?
So, what else is upcoming for me? We talked about the Central Massachusetts Conference for Women.
The Women's Leadership Conference. Yes, you're going to be a vendor there.
I will be a vendor at the Women's The Worcester Women's Leadership Conference, that's coming up in May 4th.
May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Also the same day of Bridgerton premiere in Charlotte.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I really hope that she marries and gets to be the queen, the next princess, because the way the last one ended.
Yeah.
Never mind if we won't spoil that. But I've been looking forward to it.
Yes, yeah, I am listen, they had an invite so you can get like a sneak peek, and Sandra Rhimes was there and everything. I so RSVP'd and went to that. I so did. It was online. It was so
Did you dress up too? I bet you did.
I did.
Did you get pictures of this kid?
He was on work.
I knew it.
You can't visit the queen if you're not looking like the queen.
No.
So, but yeah, I kind of like Bridgerton a little bit. So
Bridgerton.
it's like May 4th. So the Women's Leadership Conference.
Oh, and that's going to be before Mother's Day, right?
Yes.
So ladies, get your tickets. They might already be sold out.
They might be.
Try to get
them going fast.
And
yeah.
if not, you find me there with my amazing stuff and some awesome Mother's Day gifts.
Yes.
Bam.
Yes. So husbands, y'all need to get with that.
At the market, yeah. But at the conference, it'll be mostly women.
It'll be only women. I think there's maybe 2 men there.
Just a few.
But
it's
yes.
all good.
But they can find you at the Worcester Market if they want to get the Mother's Day. And the hours for the Worcester Market are?
Okay, folks. So Worcester Public Market, 160 Green Street. There is a parking lot in the Harding Street entrance. So if you go in there, you'll walk right into my space. So Worcester Public Market is open Wednesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So the food court, the Wachusett Brewery, and the wine, the Canal Wine Districts, those are all open till 8 o'clock. Myself and the other businesses in the middle aisles that are not main food, we close at 7. So I am open 11 to 7, even though the actual market is open 11 to 8, if that makes sense.
I love that wine is main foods.
It counts, It kind of is. Shout out to another woman-owned business, Canal District Wines.
Yes.
They are awesome.
I just met them, so I have been so busy and I haven't had a chance to stop by the Worcester Market because I was like, there's no parking, whatever. Okay, so clearly there's
Wednesday,
parking.
Thursday. If you want the best days to park, come see us on a Wednesday or Thursday or Friday before 5.
Okay, because after that
parking.
it's insane. So I went to a fundraiser for Robin Kennedy at the Canal Wine, and I was like, but by the time I got there, your place, everything was closed. Y'all was shut down, and whatever.
That was after hours.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's where they are. But yeah, it's a woman-owned business. Fantastic wine. I'm told I don't drink the wine, but lots of folks were drinking it and seem to enjoy it. So that's these women, that's why when I posted your thing, I was like, who run the world? Because listen, who run the world? Good. Who run the world? That's in the ladies' girl.
Okay.
But it's Beyonce.
I can't.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not cool.
You are super
not that
cool. You are super cool.
Did we start doing the robot? Who won the world?
Our kids are loving this episode. My daughter. Oh my God. I know sometimes she's like, oh mom. You remember when you were the coolest to them? He's 9. You're so cool because there's 9.
He loves him some of me.
Yeah. My daughter, she's 16. She loves me, but I'm no longer the coolest. I ain't gonna lie there. I know but she's accepted me. She fully embraces. So my daughter is into jeans and sweatshirts and hoodies and
exact
sneakers.
opposite.
Exact opposite.
Yeah.
But she absolutely loves that her mom will just pop out to dinner
with butterfly wings on.
And
I have arrived.
Yes. In a gown. It doesn't faze her.
That's awesome.
It's just she's all right. Just not her.
My son accepts my weirdness.
Yeah.
So I'm so weird.
Yeah.
I live my life in random gibberish song.
Okay.
I said that.
That's
People don't know that.
I must
my
not
family
song.
knows that. I'll be random. No, just random gibberish.
Oh, okay.
Straight random.
Okay.
So my son has called it karaokeing.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, my mom's karaokeing again.
Oh.
And No words to no song you've ever heard.
Okay.
Because I just made it up.
So you're coming to our Sister Circle karaoke?
It's in my calendar.
Oh, okay. I hope you can out to karaoke because
I
I'm
have
the
some
MC.
go-tos.
So, like,
I'm gonna be there.
Like, yeah.
I'm gonna be there.
Yes. If you need me, call me. I'll be there in a hurry. Ain't no high enough. Ain't no
I need words to keep me
from getting to you, babe. Oh my God,
I'm there. Yes. We're gonna have so much fun. That is my version of a good night out.
that is amazing.
I told my friends, I'm
That's
like,
amazing.
don't invite me to no clubs, I'm not going.
And listen, I can't.
But we can eat some Chinese food and sing some karaoke, like, I'm down for that.
Okay, see, like, you know how my new thing is life be life in, because it's just like, life be life in. I'm not old, I'm fabulous, but listen, I don't want to be nowhere after midnight. I am tired.
It's too much going on after
No, I am tired, like,
We're too old to be up after midnight.
it's like,
We are. Sorry, folks. I said
when I came down,
midnight.
listen, I went to New York or something, and like when I come back, like I think it was like after 2 or whatever, I'm like, I was so exhausted the next day.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I remember. So
21, getting 2 hours.
listen, my father was strict, so I didn't go out. And so then when I left high school and whatever, and then I actually have known Nataki, she's one of my oldest friends, like we would go to the club like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I would work all day, then I'd go to Nataki to do my hair, and then she had to paint her toenails, don't ask. It's a whole story. And then because you got to get your hair done. And then we would go to the club, and then we would go to the after party.
Yes.
And then
11 to like 3.
Yes. Sometimes I had enough time to go home and change and go to work the next day. Sometimes I may have like an hour's nap, and I was fine. Like now,
I can't do that.
I cannot.
I can't.
I
Just
cannot.
you saying that sentence made me extremely tired.
I can't.
I wanna go to
I shan't.
I can't do that.
Listen, kudos to all the women in their 40s and 50s and 60s that can still club it up. Like, God bless you, because I need my bed. But I
can't. I just
said, no,
anymore.
no. We're young and we're hip, and we got to do this.
We're young and we're hip. I just prefer
Everybody look at hip. What? Just.
And I don't wear heels because I will break a whole ankle.
I do.
I can't. So like that.
Like, these are so flat though, but these are like wedges.
But
Like
even
these are
those, I
fine.
feel
Yeah.
like I'll break my whole ankle in the middle of a karaoke scene. That's why I have on these fabulous like silk flats.
They're fantastic. They're sparkles, so that's
Flat.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Listen.
I can't. Pregnancy broke me for heels.
No.
I used to be able to even wear like a small heel.
Yeah.
I can't anymore.
I wore heels all the way through my pregnancy.
Oh, you're dangerous.
I
You live
did.
life on the edge.
I did.
Live life
I
on
had
the
many
edge.
people in church like terrified for me.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know. I like heels though. But oh my God, this interview went a whole nother direction for me. Like, yeah, no, I think one of my worst is like I have these heels. They're like 6 inches. I think they're either 5 or 6. They're
How
like
tall does that make you?
6, about 6'6", 6'5", 6'5", yeah. But I do love them.
Today I'm going for 7 feet.
I know, right? But I will tell you, like when I wear them though, I'm so tall, like it will hurt back here because it's kind of like
the angle on your calf?
Yes, and when I step out of them, I feel like I'm like, I feel like I'm just like, I'm on top of the world, and then I'm like, whoop, I'm short. Okay. All right. So I had such a good time talking today.
We need to schedule another one ASAP.
We have to, because like my producer's gonna start like giving me the Oscar music and play me off in a few seconds. So
Someone's gonna get the cane.
like I gotta. But he's so good though, because like we had a prop malfunction and he just came and
I didn't even know what it was. I was like,
and nothing phases me. I don't let anything like, I'm focused. I was like, I just see the producer crawling on the floor. He's like fixing. But we were like talking and
I think he's still recovering from the last event where I ran his pockets.
Oh my God. You have to come back to the show because
Run.
okay. Woosah.
I needed this laugh.
Like, I am so glad you're here. Yeah, I know. We had a good time. Like, listen, girl, thank God I have my waterproof mascara, because like, I was like laughing so hard, I was tearing up. But no, I had such a good time. I am so proud of just your business and everything.
Thank you.
And, you know, shout out to all the different organizations that, you know, you're a part of. And I want to say that, you know, you're a part of all these organizations. You're part of, you know, the Worcester Food Hub, you're part of E4All, you're part of the Worcester Chamber, and, you know, all of these things, but it's not like they're handing these things to you. Mm-hmm. You're working towards it, you know, and, you know, for folks, anybody that's out there that's envious, and because it's out there, and, you know, folks will talk. I mean, I haven't heard anything, I'm just saying, because that's like, so don't be coming and ask me nothing after the show. Like, I don't care.
Other people's opinions are not my business.
Exactly. But you know, if you're doing well, folks are gonna hate. But you are working hard, and the same opportunities that you've utilized is out there
for everyone.
It's out there for everyone.
I will give them to you.
Exactly. So I'm gonna encourage you to follow her story, everything that she's a part of. She shares it on her page, and you know, she's resharing it. And these organizations are out there. They're out there for you to take advantage of. So please make sure that, you know, if you have a dream and you want to start, like, follow her story for inspiration, reach out to her, ask her questions, and, you
I'll
know,
answer.
She will. She absolutely will. And if you're in a room with her and you have a question you're afraid to ask her, so write it on a paper and give it to her. She'll ask it for you.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm so nice.
Yeah, she'll ask it for you. But it's so inspiring to see, you know, wasn't something that you thought that you were going to do, started out of, you know, just love for your family and in your kitchen, and learned along the way, made some mistakes, as you said, but you learned from them, and where you are now. And I just truly, I think that you are, like, even, like, to me, this is just the beginning for you.
It is.
And
big news coming. Stay
big
tuned.
soon. That's all right. There's always big news out of Brie, and I love it. And I can't wait to hear it and celebrate with you and cheer for you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Polo Park. For the Girl Scout Day.
Fork it over.
Yes, fork it over. That's almost a swear. But, and the Women's Leadership Conference on May 4th, and the She's Local Conference on June 8th. And then you're in the Worcester Public Market Wednesday through Sundays.
New England Wedding Expo this weekend, April 16th.
Okay, so if you know anybody who's married and getting married, and like they're really, like, there's really beautiful things there. So lots of things going on. And follow Bree Streets on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn.
Shop Bree's Sweet
Shop
Treats
Bree's Sweet
on
Treats.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, all right, and I'll share the link to her connection and all of that. But do you feel like you got everything out? I mean, I think we need another hour, but
I do for now. Absolutely, come see me at my shop.
Okay.
Reach out. Graduation's around the corner.
Weddings.
Put your graduate and their beautiful colors, full color, their school logo, their college logo. I've got what you need for all graduation parties.
all right. So thank you so much. We said we were going to discuss it, we didn't, but it's there.
No worries, that's for you anyway.
Oh, it's for me. Oh, look at that! Look at that. I mean,
Freeze-dried candy. Come get your new
I didn't ask,
candy.
but listen, if you give me candy, I ain't gonna say no.
That's all for you.
Well, wait, that sounded bad. If you give me candy, I won't say no. But if Bree gives me
All the
candy,
black vans pull up
I
front.
know, right?
Some candy, positively sustained.
This is an after school special. Do not accept candies from anyone, but if Bree Sweet Treats give me candy,
Then you can have it.
I will absolutely say
right.
yes. So
From a
she's-
regulated food producer.
Thank you. Legal. State. Oh my God, I can't. All right, thank you
much
so
fun.
much. It was a blast. I enjoyed having you.
That was great.
Yes, it was so much fun. I am looking forward to another hour where we just sit down and talk about
For sure.
everything under the sun. But
can't
until
wait.
next time,
Yes.
let's say ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Bye, guys.
This was so much fun.